Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another video on Modern Warships. I'm the Unknown. And today I'm going to be doing a comparison video on the FS Richelieu and the FS Super Alsace. So, one thing I need to make very clear to each and every one of you is the very clear differences between the Super Alsace and the FS Richelieu. And that is not just the size difference, but it's very clear armaments-wise that the FS Richelieu is a lighter battleship compared to the Super Alsace, which is a more heavy hitter battleship. Another difference is the Richelieu is a gacha battleship, whereas the Super Alsace is a bundle ship, making this ship cheaper because this is $40 guaranteed, whereas the FS Richelieu was not 100% guaranteed for $40. So the Super Alsace is a lot more cheaper. Now, from my experience playing both battleships, FS Richelieu and more recently the Super Alsace, as you can see with my previous matches there, you guys, one thing I need to make very clear is the Super Alsace is clearly a longer range battleship, whereas the Richelieu dominates the battlegrounds in close to mid-range. And I will show you guys what I mean when I show you guys the bullet spread of the main guns of the Richelieu versus the bullet spread of the Super Alsace. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into test mode and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and face a straight direction, and I want you guys to pay attention to the bullet spread of the Super Alsace, or the FS Richelieu's main guns here. So as you can see, the bullet spread, it's very clear that this is not a long-range sniper. Let's go ahead and aim farther up, and you guys can see the bullet spread even more. So you guys can see the bullet spread, it's very, very noticeable on the FS Richelieu. As for the secondary guns, because the Richelieu has secondary guns, still a little bit of bullet spread. So what this indicates is this battleship is better for, close to mid-range. Now watch the difference in bullet spread when we use the Super Alsace. Very, very minimal bullet spread. What that means is that the Super Alsace is it's geared towards longer range sniping, if you will. If I go to closer ranges, you can see the bullet spread even more. It is pretty much non-existent. Basically, that's a clear indication of what ranges these battleships are good at. Now, another thing to compare is the stats of the guns of the Richelieu. So the main thing I want to look at is the damage. It's 52,000 damage per cannon with a reload of 11.9 seconds. If we go to the FS Richelieu, the reload is 9 seconds, which basically means that the Richelieu, typically when it comes to smaller battleships, or lighter battleships, they typically have a faster reload for their main guns as opposed to more heavy-hitting battleships. And this is more evident in ships like the Missouri versus the Montana, or like the Iowa. Like the Iowa's main guns reload is 11.9 seconds. The Missouri's reload is 12.6 seconds. But then you go to the Montana. The Montana is a very heavy-hitting cannon, and its reload is 12.6 seconds. So it's basically the same as the Missouri. So it's more so compared to like the Iowa, it's the same thing basically. The Richelieu is more of a lighter battleship. It's faster, more agile. It's built to dominate close to mid-range. Far range is where this thing is going to suffer. As opposed to the Super Alsace, this thing is a heavy-hitting battleship meant for longer ranges. It doesn't have a secondary cannon, so you're going to have to rely on your main guns heavily, considering that the reload is not too long, and your 4 grenade launchers, whereas the Richelieu, it's geared towards like closer range brawling. It has another set of cannons plus an extra set of grenade launchers as well, excuse me. So, at the end of the day, it's really not about which battleship is better, more so which battleship is better for what range and what capability. If you guys are more of a long-range fighter, the Super Alsace is for you. If you're more of a close to mid-range brawler, then the Richelieu is the clear and obvious choice. Because if you put a skilled Richelieu player versus a skilled Alsace player like myself, the Alsace is probably going to win 9 times out of 10 in long range. But if this was close range, I would probably have to give more credit to the Richelieu because it is faster and more agile than the Super Alsace is. So at the end of the day, it really just depends on your style. Now, also, you guys can go over price, I guess. The Super Alsace is cheaper than the Richelieu. However, when it comes to the overall purpose of both battleships, I would say that there really isn't which one is better. It's more so which one's better for long or close range. So let me know what you guys think about this comparison in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.